Hello, everyone. My guest has arrived. Hey, my name is Kid, and I'm the substitute teacher today on Doodle with me, Ryan Hill's joint. And he has asked me to substitute, so I said yes, I will substitute. And I asked my friend, the Duchess himself, Cliff,
Good
Clif Taylor,
morning. Good morning.
aka Chick Cashman, a friend, and we are both here in Tucson, Arizona, and we are going to doodle together. And we haven't picked a topic, so we're just going to riff it out like we
Love it.
would. We're both guitar players, and we would just riff it out on the guitar. Yeah, we would riff that one riff over and over, and maybe we'll do that with our doodling. So, thanks for joining, and thank you, Ryan Hill, for entrusting me with your half hour. This half hour. How are you doing, Cliff?
I'm good. It's been a long day, and I realize I need glasses to see. It's been a real,
Yes.
it's an eye opener to say the least.
Keep the eyes open.
Gotta
And,
do it.
yeah, and the heart. No,
Yeah, yeah,
don't do that, please.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, so yeah, I think it looks like people are on. And again, my name's Kid, and your name is.
It is Chick Cashman, Clif Taylor, the Duchess himself, um,
Yes, we go
Hen-
by many.
Henry,
Many.
Craig. Yeah.
And why don't we get to doodling, and we'll just talk about our day or something else like that, or whatever we think would be nice. I'm going to try my best to get this in some kind of focus for the doodling. But let's get to it. We only have a half hour. It's going to go fast. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay,
trying to figure out how to do it.
hold on. I have this holder thing, but I can't tell which way is tightening it. It might just all fall out for all I know. Um,
I have this piece of broken glass and a colander and a treacherous, it's a real treacherous thing.
okay,
Okay, there's hands,
there
paper.
we go. And
Hard to see.
where's my? Uh, let's see. I can't see where my doodling is happening.
I know. I'm more diddling than doodling here. Hold on.
Do I have it right? It looks like it's right.
Yeah,
Uh,
you're running the money. I'm there we go. I'm a little more better.
yeah. Are you seeing any lines?
I'm seeing a lion.
I'm
Yeah.
just doodling along. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. I see. I'm looking on a computer monitor, and there is a time lapse going on. Um, but this is the way we live in a one big time lapse. I mean, that certainly has been the case in the last year of quarantine. That time has become a stranger to me.
Well, it is beyond that. I think we're kind of all stuck in some kind of weird vortex where we think we have a handle on time, but we don't.
Mhm. Yeah, that,
And I
that
know,
that is true. I thought I had it all figured out at the first of the quarantine. I thought we would that it was like, oh, the world's going to slow down and everyone's going to have a time to think and you're going to take stock, and that happened. And then I kind of hit a wall, and then I didn't know what was going on. And the thing is that, like this doodling, I seem to have kept very busy.
you have been exceedingly. I've been busy, but it's some kind of freak out busy. It's been a psychedelic experience.
And is that because of the nature of your uh, chosen task?
Yeah, it is kind of. It is, and it's just everything is. it happens when it happens, and then it's absolute craziness, you know.
Yeah. So what is it? What is so people know who are listening in? What is it that you're working on right now?
Working on a hotel. We had finished the downtown Clifton a couple of years ago.
Uh-huh.
Now we're working on one called the Citizen Hotel, which is in the old Tucson Citizen building. Very cool. Uh, I love the building. It's been a real sort of taking an old building and ripping it apart and putting it back together with
Mm-hmm.
with conceptual ideas, but just they keep ebbing and flowing and changing into something different.
Yeah.
But I think we got a pretty good story on it. There's Sand Reckoner is going to have their wine showroom in the basement and their bottling room. It's going to be a pretty amazing thing when it's all said and done. It's just always nerve-wracking when you start doing stuff.
Yeah. And so your main you're in the design of
Yeah,
your function.
yeah.
Is,
My dysfunction is the design.
yeah, to put it loosely.
Yeah, it's yeah, exactly. It has all kinds of partners involved that are doing all kinds of work. From architects to millworks folks to
Yeah.
all the people that are going to actually be running it. So it's a real labyrinthian thing.
Yeah.
It's very, very. It's been beyond a satisfying thing, but it's also very vexing.
Yes. like like many
Work
satisfying things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I know the building because I have rehearsed with you.
Exactly.
We have played music inside this building, so we put some good music mojo into the walls
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. There's definitely soundscaping happening, so
Yeah,
it's a funky joint. And
yeah,
yeah, I do miss it as my studio because it was pretty cool.
that was a cool studio. But I can see it being. You were actually, when we were in there, you were explaining how some ideas of how it will work when it is a hotel.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I could really see it, and there was a lot of room.
Oh
That's
yeah.
like a lot of room for a lot of rooms.
But now it's turned into like it's going to be really just about 10 rooms,
Yeah,
uh, but it's great because there was so much stuff when we were just sort of playing around in there that it's just a different joint altogether. I'm
yeah.
pretty pleased with it though,
That's
because it's turning into absolute chaos at the moment, but it's coming up.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen the fruits of your labor in hotels like the downtown Clifton and
Yeah.
other various restaurants. You've had a hand in design and stuff. So
Well,
uh,
it all starts off with the chaos for sure,
yes,
and then it's something else. But yeah, it's been pretty great for just coming in and seeing how it's gonna seeing the building as it was, and
yeah.
having actually been in that building working is on music there. And I had a car accident at one time many years ago, and Harold Himes, attorney at law, had
Oh,
his office in there, and that was my first, after just seeing that building as a kid, but going in there and actually having this guy
yeah.
tell me he wanted to represent me, which was a fabulous thing.
Yes. I really like there's actually a cool parking structure next to it. And it was like what, a U-Haul place or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
That sign is very cool. Like what is it, 40s, 50s,
yeah, totally.
kind of designed on that. And I always go by and really admire that sign. I mean, maybe the U-Haul is long gone from there, or
Totally.
maybe it's still there. I don't know. But but yeah, it's actually one of my favorite signs.
No, it's super cool. It's super cool. And that, all that stuff from that window, when we were, watching people go walk by as we are playing and stuff, and
Yeah,
watching the world go by. It's pretty hilarious because they would be looking
yeah.
at what the hell is this racket going on? Because all of a sudden, what the hell was going on?
Yes. Yeah, hearing us covering the subsonics.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
That's a pretty wild event
It
to
was
the
super.
passerby.
Yeah, it was amazing though. I mean, it was just fun to do, and yeah, there's a good grouping of fellas too.
Yeah, and yeah, that's cool. You've been very helpful to us finding stuff. I like that you know the ins and outs of where to find things is.
Well,
I won't tell too many people about it.
it just comes from being really super nosy and everybody
Yes.
so that's the key to it, is just sort of keeping track on people and having all the best
Yeah.
folks, really the best
The key to keeping Rosie is by being nosy.
thing. Exactly,
That's
exactly.
right.
Yeah, it's easy to do here,
Yeah, yeah.
and now we have 8 million people moving to Tucson.
I know. I just was visiting some new California transplants today. So that was very nice. And they got themselves a nice place, and they could not be happier. So,
and they're just in really probably close to the downtown Clifton.
yes, they are very close there. A hop, skip, and a jump from there. And yeah, and there's so much. It's so hard to explain things to them because they're like, "Well, what do we do this? What do we do that?" And I'm like, I've kind of forgotten what to do around town because there's been a pandemic and nothing's been open and we've been not doing much of
It's
things.
true.
Like they were asking, one of them is a musician, of course, and well, actually both of them are musicians, but one was more inquiring about, you know, different ways to find, stores and things. And, I had ideas, but I'm like, wow, I don't even know if some of these stores are still there, or, other actually have some other friends in town, and they are asking, where are we going to go eat, and I'm like, well, I'm trying to think of what's open after 8 o'clock. That's, that's COVID safe, and, it's kind of strange that, I'm someone who hasn't only lived in Tucson for a few years, but I'm like, maybe it's closed. Maybe it's not even there anymore. And that's a little sad to think about, you know, but, uh, but, that's what's, happening. And I was like, oh, maybe I don't know Tucson so well. I know a lot of things. This reminds me of, I lived in it out of the country, and I lived in Germany. I lived in Berlin, and I thought, wow, I could really almost speak German, and then when I left, I realized I can't speak any German. I know how to go to a restaurant and go to the post office, and that's about it. But my English suffered terribly, and I was talking like a 5-year-old by the time I got back. I was, speaking American English in Germany with hanging out with all Australians. So it was my accent and way of speech. I heard a radio interview with myself, and I was like, what am I even saying? Like, what kind of talk is that? Like, I will make this with you, and it was just like my vocalization was so strange. But maybe it was good for singing. I don't know. But this is a thing I've always moved so much. I'm actually very comfortable with being confused about what's going on sometimes. And see what else is going on. What else? What else? I did see you earlier. You dropped by some mannequins for Ryan today, and that was lovely to see. You have these great vintage mannequins, and Ryan's going to use them for one of his art classes. And are you still there, Cliff? I've lost your sound somehow. I see you. Oh well. Um, how is people doing? I can't see what people, if people are saying hi, or I can't hear you or anything. So I'm just hoping that it's going well. And this is going good. So what else has been going on? Yeah, I've been just the welcome wagon. It seems like a lot of people are moving to the Southwest and visiting. I love the visitors, and I've actually have a couple of friends moving here who I am very excited about. And you know, it's just been so. I haven't left Tucson this entire year, the whole since quarantine happened in early March. I haven't gone out of town. I haven't. A lot of friends of mine have, gone traveling or took road trips, a lot of road trips, but we didn't even do that because I was so afraid to do that. But now we are double vaxxed. And I know that Cliff is double vaxxed. Are you double vaxxed, Cliff? Double vaxxed. And maybe we can go somewhere sometime. And it's been weird because I'm a musician. I travel a lot for work, going on tour and stuff. And it's just been none for a year, and that's strange for me because our band tours really a lot. And in one way, it's been nice to stay home and work at home. And I've been working on lots of stuff, but I really do miss the interaction. And I'm wondering what will happen with concerts and stuff. I don't know. Oh, as a question from Cloud Watcher AZ. Why do you think people are moving to Tucson? Because of me and Ryan, of course. No, that is not why. I think it's attractive place. I think it seems the cost of living is better than other places, and I think our friends are. I hope none are listening. Not at an age where it's not really important to have all of the city hubbub, and for me that is certainly true. I think it's just a beautiful place, and I don't know. Yeah, and I think kind of is like, oh, my friends are moving there, so there must be something there. But I think that it's a lot of I think proximity. It's not far from California, really. It's a day and a half trip, and also I think the sunsets. That was also one of my, besides family here, the sunsets uh, were a big attraction for me. I said, I want to look at that every night. And I do, and they're just gorgeous pieces of work, and is the nature And for me, coming from years and years and years and years in the East Coast, the good Mexican food and Mexican culture was for me a huge attraction to moving here. And I think that could be said about many people. I mean, you have it in Los Angeles, but we're in a much closer proximity. And plus, you know, I find that I like that there's a lot of native land, um, and that that I find very magical and wonderful. And so those are the things. So I don't know why they're moving here, but I told you why I'm moving. I moved here, you know, and yes, it's yeah, I don't know. I have different friends. Like these friends I met today, they're just renting and checking it out, kind of, without a lot of full commitment to staying forever or anything. But then I have other friends who are here looking for houses. So it's both working both ways, and they're moving here because they deserve it. So, uh, and it's a nice place to be, and has the arts. It has everything you need, and it's smaller, much more navigate. And for me, a change. I like change. It actually helps with my work, to change the place, and it dictates for me sound and mood and different things that go into making music for me, you and yeah, and it seemed to me people were friendly here, and that's a big attraction. It's like when we first got here, we're like, why are these people being so friendly? Yeah, what do they want? But in the end, they were just friendly, you know, and I'm looking forward to the post-vaccine society happening again one day. I don't know when that will fully happen, but it will happen in small increments in my world, in my life, and I'm looking forward to that. And also, it actually really afforded me. Oh no, what happened to Duchess? Oh, you have to. Did you send me another request? I'm going to look at the thing. Yes, here we go. We got you. We got you. Sorry, my phone is on a weird pedestal.
I think I'm back.
I think you're back.
I think I'm back. I
Hi.
had
Hi.
my my glass fell and shattered all over the floor.
Oh no.
Yeah, so
I
I'm
was just blabbing away.
well. I'm glad you
Old
were,
big
because
mouth.
I was trying to avoid getting cut.
Yes. Yeah, don't, no blood. You're going to paint
Yeah,
with blood.
it's been done before. It's been done.
Your doodle blood. I'm going to go in here and use a bit of vintage lipstick.
Woo!
So let's see what that does. You know, I was doing my Dr. Phibes vampire look for the last few tours, and some lipstick came in very handy. But now I don't know if I will. I don't know when I'll revisit it. But for now, I'll use it in the doodle artwork. Let's get this is a lipstick that tastes. I mean, tastes. I didn't taste it. That smells. It smells really waxy, kind of like Play-Doh. So I know it's quite old. It smells a bit like Play-Doh, and it's very thick.
Hopefully, it's not whale blubber, Play-Doh, and
Yes.
it's all about the whale blubber, apparently.
Yeah. So I just talked all about. So the question from the audience was uh, the question from the audience was asking why so many people are moving to Tucson suddenly, and I gave my 2 cents on that. And someone else, Fly Like a Seagull, says, I've lived in Tucson for over 30 years and I've never gotten sick of it, but it takes a minute to find your way. I think that is the truth. Thank you for that comment.
No, it's true. It is true.
It does.
You can certainly find your way out. That's for sure. People here are they're very forgiving.
Yes, you can. There's room for, shall we say, experimentation.
Very much so.
Yes.
Very much so.
And so, is it true what they say about the desert that you will see UFOs?
Yeah, it is.
I believe it.
It is.
I'm waiting, but
Well,
I'm going to try not to look too hard because then you'll never see them.
true. You might have actually already been on one of the spaceships. You might actually be on one now.
I might be right now. According to my doodle, it is pretty. It could be. Maybe that's who I see. I wonder if this is a self-portrait.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I have a bit of information about doodling, but it has not to do with doodling, but it's a coinkadink, a coincidence that in Dutch the word for bagpipes is the doodlesak. So there you go, and it makes perfect sense. The doodle sack. You know,
it does.
You doodle. That you have a sack that you doodle.
Well, I think
And the sound it makes is kind of doodly.
You've just crossed the line right there.
Into the spaceship.
Into the space. Yeah, you're now a captain.
Oh, I haven't. Oh, asking when I'll be touring. Oh, God knows. There's nothing on the books just yet. We're waiting on word from the world at large when it will be safe to do so, and when we'll be able to do something. I mean, there's lots of theories about reduced capacity places, outdoors. People are doing drive-ins, but I don't know how that plays out with logistics, and especially logistics for the not famous, but the medium level artist who tours, sometimes on the cheap. How is that going to do? Since usually I end up being a tour manager, so I have to figure out all of that part of it. But I guess I just need to keep talking to Todd, our agent, and I think he's starting to book some acts, though, the more adventurous of them. And the more adventurous of promoters are filling their schedules, and I want to see what my band members say. Where I have to think of their comfort level in going out, even vaccinated. How comfortable they would be to do that. It's like in a group band, in a rock and roll band, you function as a group, so there's a lot of group decision, and I need to be respectful of that, but maybe not. Maybe not. You're going.
Well, you've got every avenue open. I mean, especially with the Tucson stuff and the Europe stuff, and
and during the pandemic, I can say I finished a book that I've been writing for 800,000 years.
When is that coming out?
Probably next year still, because it takes a while to do that. And I don't have I'm still doing the ins and outs of the business ends of it. But the book itself is finished. You
Have
know,
you have you,
and that,
do you know what you're calling it?
it's gonna be called Some New Kind of Kick. And
Ooh.
from the Cramps song, famous song that I play, and it kind of fits the title. It's a memoir of from childhood to like the mid '90s, and the story of how and why I became a music person, or how and why I was always a music person from the day I was born, practically. Well, certainly from when I had my own choice to make. Um, and yeah, so it's the good, the bad, and the internal ugly, but also pretty hilarious in parts. I will hope. I do crack myself up.
Well, you are definitely a funny person.
Funny, ha ha.
Well, funny, strange is what I was where I was going, but it's just everyone you've been involved with is kind of a nut too, so it's great. You know,
Yeah, birds of a feather,
yeah, it's true.
toil together, toil together. Where are we? We're at 6:30. Do you know what, Cliff? The end of the show is here. We've gone over time. We've
I love it.
stayed
Well,
welcome.
well,
Yeah.
I have to clean a mess of glass that nearly cut off his foot.
Oh, hey, so let's show our doodles to everyone as much as
Sure.
we can, if we can figure out how to do that. Mine was done on several pieces of paper, so look, mine comes apart. Mine, I could just do that, maybe. I have no idea what people can see on this, but mine's a little movable because it was done in 2 bits.
Oh
And
yeah.
yours is great. Look at yours.
Mine is just the traumas of a troubled mind. It's I'm hoping that my mother and any psychologists out there don't try to evaluate what's happening.
Yes, I know. Well, I think mine too has a certain psychological psychoness to it.
Yeah, there's schizophrenia and big balloon eyes that never got out. It's
Yeah.
dementia and schizophrenia, basically.
Yes, yes, the two best things.
Yes, yeah, exactly. My
Yeah.
two best qualities too, by the way.
Yes, exactly. Well, Cliff, we're going to say goodbye. I'm going to put my phone up if I can figure it out. I just hold the tripod. And hey, everyone, thanks for putting up with us during Ryan. And thank you, Ryan Hill, for entrusting us with your half hour of Doodle with me. And I enjoyed it greatly.
Well, you were enjoyable.
How are you, Cliff? And I thank you, Cliff.
Well, I can
In
pin.
a big way.
I'm a pinch hitter.
Pinch hitting, yeah, we both are here.
Yeah, yeah.
So pinch me. Okay, bye everyone. We're gonna sign out, and thanks for viewing. And Ryan Hill will be back next week. Okay, ciao, Bella. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.